Welcome, everybody, to the U16 Tier 2 State Tournament here at the EW URC. I'm Keaton Clark with my broadcast partner, Gary Allen, this time. And we got a good matchup on our hands with Seattle Junior facing Sno-King. And this is for a spot in the finals.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. I like how the Mets played earlier when I saw them. And then you got the Sno-King. Actually, they put up a pretty good battle, but you can't ask for any more as far as what's riding on the line. The winner's going to go into the finals against Spokane. It's plain and simple.
In net will be Brody Briesler for the Junior Mets. In net for the Thunderbirds is Jude Montana Fontaine.
Yeah, it's that's interesting since Powers is not going to be back in here, which is rare, but he got bounced in the previous game today.
Yes. Puck is dropping. We are underway here from the URC. Swain's going to carry it up early. He chases down Trout, throws a hit. Swain. Puck comes out in front. Panev over the Lee. Lee tries to find Deegan in front. Can't. Now one will be chipped forward for no ice. Lee picks it up. Circles. Throws it in front. Not there. As you noted, Power out for this game after the throw and punch. So is Ashton Singh. He got in a one-man fight against Spokane. And due to the number of penalties, now without their head coach is Sno-King. Busby walks in. Shot save made by Fontaine.
And actually losing both those players, that's going to hurt the Sno-Kings on this one because they were both they contributed really well.
Fontaine swallows up a shot there by Wilson. Briesler in net again for Seattle Junior. He took the last game off. Played against Spokane, led in 5, but it was a 5-4 loss for him. Circling around net, Seattle. Wilson behind the net. That is Dizadek. Dizadek circles up top. Throws it back deep. Nobody there. And it's tripped out, but held in. The shot comes in for the top of the circles. Puck's still loose. Dixon picks it up to Eaton. Sitting out in front. Can't hold on. And the puck's sent across for Eaton. It was tipped up by Shipachev. And that one's going to be sent down by Dizadek for an icing.
At least one good thing for Fontaine. At least he got to start the game, unlike the last time when he got thrown in with what was about a minute 30 left after Powers got an early shower call. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds.
Face off to the right. Lee fires wide, high and wide. Chased down by Sno-King. Seattle Junior sends it around. Lee sends it out in front. It's whacked away. And here comes Seattle Junior. Freeman dumps it in. Deegan battling.
I think now you're going to have to look at Lee and Deegan to pick up losing Singh on some of their offense. I mean, they were stopped before, but they're going to have to rely on someone to pick that up because Singh was a heck of an offensive-minded player.
Draw to the left of Fontaine. Freeman in for Seattle Junior. Can't tell who's in that or who's in the face-off for Sno-King. Been a long day in the office.
It has been, sir. I definitely concur with that.
Freeman, Reed takes it in, but he offside as Shipachev was in chasing.
I think it was Reed that actually took that face off down there, down low.
I think you're right. Given that he's taking it again, I would assume it was Reed down there.
Yeah, I took a shot on it, so I figure, oh, what the heck.
Becker on to take the draw. Wins it for Garfield. Garfield pinched off hard by Shipachev, but he gets it right back. Garfield sends it deep. Picked up on the far side by Lewis. Puck's thrown out in front. Bodies hit the deck. As the battling continues, it's Linton in. Now Wilson's going to pick it up. He'll turn back. Here's an escape move, but Seattle able to control it, and it'll be Trout. Trout tries to go around, and he does. He gets it in deep. Carried in. Trout. Shot deflected and out of play. A new puck is needed.
Well, I know one thing I'm noticing with the Sno-King right now, they're doing a lot better job than earlier in the first game about shutting down that neutral zone. So they have made some adjustments on that. They're a strong offensive team. It's just that it'll be interesting how Met gets started on this because they're also this is a good evenly matched game in my view from watching both teams.
Carlson. Trout takes it in the neutral zone, sends it over the Danks. Danks can't get it around a Seattle junior defenseman. It's picked up by Eaton. He'll send it off the boards. Bordeaux grabs it back in his own zone. Weinberger up the boards. That one's iced down by White. It won't get down all the way. Yes, it will. 13:04.
This is sorry, Keegan, but this is the type of game with so much riding on it. It'll be interesting to see who gets that first goal and how's the other team going to respond because then you start feeling the pressure knowing that, hey, it's basically like a one-and-done tournament if you look at it that way. And who's going to be able to handle the pressure?
As Spokane watches on from the balcony, Carlson dumps it in deep. Chipped by Bordeaux. Chips it out. It's moved up. Oslander can't control his Betty. He throws it into the body of Mose. Now he gives him a whack. Some more stick work going on in the corners. As Conderman loses it. Thrown in front by Oslander. Just off the stick of his teammate.
I'm wondering if Fontaine didn't kick a pad out there too and kicked it off to the side because it took a strange, sharp bounce.
Oslander takes a little bit of a shove up high from Betty. That one kept in off the body by Stepniuk. That one's going to get chipped out. Swain will give it chase. No icing. Deegan picks it up. Swain finds it. Lee. Shot fired off the pad. Rebound came out, but it was swallowed up by a Seattle junior player. But Deegan will generate the turnover and give it to Lee. Lee throws it in deep. Deegan chases, throws a hard hit. And then we'll get to Dizadek. Dizadek makes a move. Gets it to the front. No, he doesn't as a defensive player for Sno-King. It was Panoff that got back in time. As Seattle Junior will be offsides.
Panoff didn't get back on time. That would have been a 2-on-zip on the netminders.
Yeah.
He did a great job of recouping coming back.
White to take the draw. He faces Freeman. Panoff drops it off. White got knocked down by Freeman after the faceoff. Shipachev. Chip forward for Trout. Trout more focused on taking the body instead of the puck there. Interesting decision.
Well,
Dizadek.
it would have worked if he would have got to the puck on that one, but he almost got bit on that.
Stepniuk. Sends to the far side. Dizadek will carry. He's by himself. He'll just chip it in. And we got a penalty coming up. This time on Sno-King. Arms got tied together. Sticks got tied together. And looks like Size won that time in Trout. So he's going to go to the box. 10:37 remaining. As Seattle Junior will get the first power play of the game.
He caught him on a hook on that one, but he definitely put the player down. It's been an actually interesting back and forth affair so far for both squads.
Face off one. Here's Eaton. Eaton for the point. Takes a shot. Tipped. Fontaine makes two good saves right there as Linton takes it out to the far side. Shanahan takes a shot. Wide. Throw it out in front. Shanahan tried to whack it off his body almost. On that pass. Shanahan takes it on the far wall. Gives to Eaton. Eaton. Shot. Saved by Fontaine. And he covers up.
Fontaine did an excellent job of picking that puck up because they had traffic in front of him. And right at the last second, the Met player jumped straight up in the air, and he had his pad down on there, but nice play all the way around by Fontaine, and he's doing an excellent job for Sno-King right now.
1:25 remaining in the penalty as Sno-King gets waved out. Face off one. Eaton over the far side. Wrists a shot, swallowed up again.
And it was interesting. I was wondering how the Sno-Kings would play losing Powell, who obviously they started him quite a bit this time. But Fontaine's doing an outstanding job for him. He's stopping everything that the Mets are throwing at him.
It's back the other way. Here comes Panev. Panev gets stepped up on. And he'll retain control. He'll throw it off the back of the net and whacked away by a Seattle Junior player. He carries forward. Dropped off. Shanahan off the blocker of Linton. Excuse me, Fontaine. I was looking at another name. And
but you got the blocker. That was a good call.
Yeah.
You got it on there.
56 seconds left in the period. Or penalty. I'm all over the place. Whatever.
You summed it up well about 8 minutes ago. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. And this is what? Game 4 on the call for me?
I was trying to add it up, all of them right now. It's like, it's a blur.
Game 4 on the call for me. Busby to take the draw. Wins it back. At the point. Stepniuk corrals the rolling puck. Over the Carlson. Short side. Stands up and makes the save, and the net comes off. Saw the Seattle Junior player trying to pick that top right corner and decided, I'm just going to stand up, block this whole side so that way you can't get it. And rebound came out, and he was able to swallow it up, fortunately, for him.
He's doing really well right now.
Puck was 1 forward for a second, and the rebound came out. Garfield. For Stepniuk. Shot wide. Garfield finds it, gets it behind the net. Carlson up top. Wrists a shot. Blocked. Save. The rebounds come out, and they just couldn't get the shot off. And it stays out. Stepniuk walks in. Shot. Blocked again. And they're going to ice it.
Fontaine did an incredible job. I mean, he was flailing both arms, had his one pad up in the air. He couldn't figure out where it was at, but he was going to go down as a gamer on that one.
And Owen Beatty got in the way, prevented the shot from even getting off in the first place, which might have saved the goal.
Yep. But I've been real impressed with Fontaine. I've been watching it. He's got great lateral movement, and this is really the first time we got to see him. And he's pretty quick in that.
No one's going to get iced again. That will end the penalty. So Trout will return to the bench. Face off now to the right of Freeman. Freeman will take the draw. And we're going to get another new center for Sno-King. Lee will take it now. He takes over for Bordeaux. Won by Sno-King. Shipachev walks in. Gets around a man. Throws it in the front. Nobody's home. And Swain looks to break out. He does. Giving up. It's Ostrander. Fires. Saved. Konderman moves it up. Lee just kind of whacks at it. Doesn't really do anything. And it stays in.
I think he was trying to pinch it up off the board, and he just kind of whiffed on it.
Lee gets it out, and it will roll down for an icing. 8 minutes remaining in the period. Both teams seem to be just kind of feeling each other out right now.
Well, it's interesting. I'm sitting there watching both teams. You're right. They're trying to do that. But I keep getting a feeling, even though there's a lot of hockey game left, who gets that first goal, they may have the leg up on this one. That's just a sense I'm getting here right now.
Play in the corner. Brought up top. Weinberger tried to send it to his winger waiting on the wall. And Betty working with Weinberger in the corner. They pinch off a man. And it's walked out in front. Brought down was a Seattle junior player. Swain fires. Save made by Fontaine. Gets it back. Let's send it across. Nobody there. Danks will carry up for Sno-King. He makes one-man moose. But it was picked up by Seattle Jr. Freeman bailed out his defenseman there. And Swain will carry. Freeman. Up for Ostrander. Ostrander. Gave it up to Danks, who just chips it right back in. Hitting the corner there. Stick broke. And up comes Mose. Mose fires, gloved, and held on.
But like what you were mentioning, Keegan, before the filling out process, you can see that both squads seem to be cautious on how they're doing it. And right now, I can't say enough about Fontaine. His rebound control has been excellent. And he's faced some heavy pressure right now in the last 4 or 5 minutes. And he's holding up well for him.
Takes it. Shot was saved. It was eaten from the point. And Fontaine has been tested pretty well already.
He has been.
And he's held strong.
And he's got a very, very quick glove hand also. And so I think that's his bread and butter besides how he controls the rebounds.
One's backhanded. And that one's going to be down for the ice.
But how you're saying both teams are still filling each other out, and that's why the game's a little bit choppy, right? No one seems to be getting into a rhythm that they're opening up, and we'll see if that'll transpire the rest of this period and go into the second period.
Crossing. Shot went high. Picked up by Sno-King. Here comes Lee. Lee, he has numbers. Shot goes wide, and Dizedek's going to pick it up on the far side blue line. Panev sent it back. Konderman out of his reach. Some more stick work going on by Seattle Jr. and both teams really here now. Konderman checks a man into the boards. That was Lewis. And that one's going to be chipped all the way down for dice. In our league, that probably would have waved off. Deegan seemed to have that step there.
Yeah, but it seems like they're mirroring each other. You know, you mentioned it a few times, but they're playing the same style, and that they're a little cautious right now. So, and that could be a possibility. The nerve factor of it, knowing how much is on the line in this game, and they need to get a period under their belt. But yeah, they're playing it identical.
And the man gets sent off here. Don't know quite for why. As Shipachev got sent off and Danks will replace him now. Swain. Shot to the point. Fontaine. Got it. Covers. Faceoff's going to come to the left of Fontaine. Boosby in. We'll take it against Heidemann. Boosby sends it around. Danks leaves it for his defenseman, Betty, who sends it up. Heidemann will dump it in. Swain's chased down by Shipachev. Swain chips it forward. Linton throws it to the far side and Shanahan over the Boosby. Boosby comes in wide. Shipachev carry forward. Here he comes. Whacked away.
That was a nice little poke check.
Swain came up with the poke check there. Betty sends it looking for White. And Swain will send it behind. Sent up Garfield just out of his reach. And that's going to be on for an icing.
That would have been an interesting play if he could have caught up to that. But they were looking for that stretch pass to work just a tad bit too far.
As a player for Sno-King leaves the ice. Possible equipment issue, maybe.
He was moving pretty well, so that's my hunch.
Face off to the left of Briesler. Another ejection on the face-off for Sno-King. There must be something that they're doing that, the referees really want to clamp down on.
Yeah, and to be frank, I haven't picked up exactly what they're doing. That's 2 in a row that they got bounced.
Deegan out in front, save made, rebound just goes high and wide. Deegan was left all alone right in front of the net. And fortunately for Seattle Jr., ended up on his backhand rather than his forehand, and he only got that one shot off.
Yeah, that was a nice cover by the netminder.
And icing brings the face-off back down. To the left of Briesler again. White. More of a draw. White takes a shot. Good save by Briesler. Trout. Hounded down by Lewis. That one's going to get hold down, and they're going to call. Looks like actually going to call Sno-King on this one for the hold. And Sno-King not happy. They wanted a hook on that call, but the opposite goes the other way. So another power play for Seattle Junior. 3:43 remaining in the first period. Mose, Busby, Ostrander, Eaton. One more, can't make out the number right now. It's Wilson. Wilson, he gets it now. We'll slide around the net. Look for Ostrander on the back door to hit the net. Eaton. Down for Ostrander. Loses it for a sec. Regains control. Dumps it back in. Look deep. Ostrander in front. Rebound comes out. Shot from a weird angle. Gets blocked in front by a Sno-King player. White. Looks like that was Panev. And Weinberger. Or excuse me, that was Heidemann. Brought it down. For a nice.
I'm so glad they're changed that rule after this year.
I know it had been debated ever since it was instituted in the last rule book. So going back might be a small change, for some that had never actually played under that rule.
It's a strange rule, but I feel good about myself. I was talking to WSU's head coach, and he agreed. He goes, "This makes no sense." He was happy to see the rule get out too.
Carlson sends it deep. Picked up. That one goes back to the step yuck. The rebound's there, and it gets save made by Fontaine.
Fontaine just made 2 unbelievably outstanding saves.
Shot, save made again. Up to the point. Carlson over to his partner on the side. Shot tipped. Stays out. Betty pins against the boards unsuccessfully. As out comes Seattle Jr. Ostrander sent it behind the net. Step me up. Picks it up. Sends it up. That's in the Boosby, and a shot. Clear lane and a save.
Well, there's no question Fontaine's on top of his game right now. He's been under siege for a while now, and he's done an outstanding job.
He didn't start the 2 previous games, so it seemed like they were willing to ride power the entire way. But due to the suspension, Fontaine's come in and stepped up huge so far.
Yeah, they haven't skipped a beat.
And it would put an interesting situation if Sno-King, ends up winning this game and going to the final. Do they continue with power, or do they move on to, who did get beat a lot against Spokane, or do they move to Fontaine fully?
Yeah, that's an interesting dilemma the coaches would have to figure out if they advance.
Puck up top. Penalty expired. A couple of redirections, and Fontaine's able to cover it up.
But he tracks the puck so well. If you notice on that one, there was at least 4 people traffic in front of him, and he just kind of went down, not in a total butterfly, just so he could pick up the puck, and he smothered it. The kid is extremely talented.
1:20 left in the period. Face up to the right of Fontaine this time. Won by Seattle. Looked to make a move was Dizadek, and then sent back in by Seattle Jr., who had a player lose a stick. It was Lewis. Seems like it got caught in the net behind it, and had to go pick it up, but he has the puck now. Lewis sends it around. Swain holds it in, but it goes right back out. This will be down for an icing.
Been a very quick period, actually. There's been very few penalties called on that one. And it will be interesting who's going to make that adjustment and quit playing. They're almost like in conservative style right now, just waiting for someone to make a mistake.
Behind the net. Battle there. 30 seconds left. Shanahan has it. Looks for options. Sends it behind the net. Picked off. And out comes Sno-King. Lee. Gave chase. It was picked off. Weinberger had it. Made a good move. And I think got a little scared of the hit. And now Swain takes a hit. Reverses it on Deegan. Shanahan throws it towards the net. Gloved with 0.5 remaining in the period.
he stood that player up. He was not going to let him get any further. And that was kind of dangerous because there was still a few seconds left on the clock. And that was almost one of those mistakes that someone's looking for.
CL Jr. was just going to fire it towards the net here with 0.5 left. And it's one back by Sno-King, and that will do it. So, good period by both teams, you would say, if you were a coaching staff. What adjustments could each team make to finally pot that first goal?
Well, I think what they're going to have to try to do is open it up, and the best way to do that is spread out and really start attacking the neutral zone, which neither team is taking advantage of that. Again, they're playing it. I hate to use the word caution, but I can't think of another word for it. They're almost both teams are playing like they're playing not to make a mistake rather than just go settle in, do whatever your system is that you're trying to do, but they're very, very cautious. I'm going to still use that word, and then that's how it strikes me. They're just – it's past the filling out process. They just don't want to make that mistake. And I don't know how you're reading it, but that's how I'm seeing it right now.
I'm reading it the same way. That just abundance of caution considering how much this game means.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see the rest of it.
And that's what I'm wondering if that's not playing a big part in how they're playing right now because they know what's on the line. And, they got to get in the championship game because the winner of that goes to New York. And so we'll see who adjusts first. But I'm going to go back to when we were talking about at the start of the game. I think that first goal is going to be major for whoever gets it.
Of course, our championship game is tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the 18Us. And for the 16Us, it'll be 11:30 a.m.
And tomorrow we'll be joined by the voice of the Eagles, Tyler Pisani, the play-by-play guy for Eastern University. He'll be joining it. I'll be taking the U18 game as color, and Keegan's going to be taking the U16 championship game. Now, I'm still trying to figure out why you get to sleep in on that one, buddy. You got a 2 hour.
More fun for me, I guess. Of course, the 18U championship game will be Sno-King versus Tri-Cities. They played earlier today, and it was a very interesting game.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff kind of happened. That's the best way I can put it.
It was. And you look at the final score, and it was like 10-2 or something. Even when that's not that close, it was an extremely competitive game. Tri-Cities got a lot of the bounces, and Seattle just couldn't quite get that break, but they played them tough. They really did, even though the score would indicate differently.
Lewis carries forward. That's Jock Lewis. Sent wide. Eaton. White. Took a funny hop. Ended up in the front of the net. Some bodies start hitting the ice. That one's not going to get down for icing. Had enough English on it. Shipchev knocks it back in. Chased down by Carlson. Lewis. Up to his partner. Sent in wide. And he's going to go get it himself. Some aggressiveness there. Wilson. In the front of the slot. Fontaine never saw it. It went wide. Ostrander. In a battle. Wilson gets it. Walked in front. Busby. Save made. And there's going to be a penalty on Sno-King. It was the battle in front. There was multiple times where they kind of started pushing and shoving. Both guys fell. And the third one finally got Sno-King finally.
Yeah, he dumped him off of that one. But you know what's interesting? I was trying to think of a word other than cautious. Both teams are playing tight.
Yes.
I didn't like the word cautious. I couldn't think of it, but then it popped into me. Both teams are extremely tight right now. And again, I think they're worried about we can't make a mistake. And I think that's what's hurting both sides.
So, number 8, Trout will sit again for the box. And here comes Deegan. He's going to get a breakaway. Deegan in. Ooh, it rolled off his stick and wide. An unforced error by Seattle Jr. As back the other way comes Seattle Jr. again. Becker rolls off his stick, and he would have had a wide open net if he had controlled it. Conderman whacks it out of midair with his glove. It pops out. Sent around by Reed. Deegan Stepniuk. Battle down behind the net. Deegan still chasing. Throws a hit in the corner. And it's carried up. Hannah. Chipped head. Stepniuk walks in right in the glove of Fontaine, who tracked it extremely well, seeing it all the way.
Man, he clamped really quick on that shot, too, and it was a pretty good rocket.
You can see he was up on his crease, didn't give a whole lot of room for the D-man the Seattle junior player to really pick a corner.
He made himself look bigger than what he is, and he's a good-sized netminder, but coming out that far, that helped him.
Shot, saved, the rebound, still there. Fontaine swallows up yet again.
Man, Fontaine, you can't ask anything more out of a netminder. Because offensively, it looks like the Met team, they're picking up a little bit more. They're putting a little bit more pressure, even though they have the man advantage, but they seem to be getting more shots off right now. So we'll see how that bodes.
Swain in his own zone. There'll be a high stick this time on Seattle Junior, and it'll go into their own zone now.
Well, if this game goes 0-0 into that, after this period, it'll be interesting what kind of adjustments both teams decide to do coming out in that third.
Bit of a goaltender's duel here. Panev rips a shot, got blocked by his own player, White, and he'll send it out to Conderman, who will send it back in deep, and it'll be off sides, and we'll go to center ice.
But to be frank with you, I like goaltender battles. They to me, they make the game exciting because it's like they're both battling each other in essence, and it's been a good contest so far.
And especially after some of the scores we've seen this weekend, especially after the last game, which was 14-1.
Yeah.
We're seeing some close games, not really against those.
And that 14-1 wasn't that close.
Yeah, no.
So
Lewis. Up to his partner. Now Swain makes a toe drag over the Eaton. Fontaine, like we've been saying, makes the save.
But if you look out, and Fontaine did it again, he came out to the top of the blue paint on that, and it's making it real hard to see anything because, again, he's a good-sized netminder. When he comes out that far, that net shrinks.
And of course, from up here, we're seeing those corners where they might have been able to sneak one by. But from down there, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, you're not going to see that from that down on the ice level on that one. But you got to credit Fontaine on that one. He's a smart netminder also.
Eaton. Saved again. Shot by Swain there off the pass from his D partner. Try to get some screens in front. So far, they've been very unsuccessful. Sno-King's done a good job of clearing the front of the net, allowing Fontaine to come out, see it all the way, and make the save.
But I think that's one adjustment both teams can make. They're going to have to start getting heavier traffic in front of both netminders, see if that'll get them up.
That one's going to go right over the shoulder. It was Lewis.
And Lewis did a nice job. He made Fontaine bite on that, and he went down in the butterfly, and he just popped it up over the shoulder. So,
almost Lewis buries that one right over the shoulder off the face-off. Didn't really give enough time for Fontaine to really get set, and it's now 1-0 off the power play for Seattle.
Now I'm interested in seeing how that will change the style of play on both these clubs. Now, that first goal I thought was going to be extremely important, and we'll see if that loosens things up. But again, that was tough for Fontaine on that one. It just happened so quick. But Lewis did a nice job of making him bite first.
14:08 remaining as the faceoff comes from the center. Puck's dropped. One a little too clean. As Weinberger will chase. Bordeaux. Can't fumble. As the stick goes whacking out of the air, and Bordeaux's just going to take a body instead. Bordeaux's going to kick it out. He gets hit for his trouble, and that's going to be a penalty on Eaton. Eaton's going to go to the box for a higher hit, and it's going to be interference. So maybe a little late that time.
Well, I think what happened, it was dangerous because the Sno-King was trying to come out, and I don't think they realized one of their teammates was missing a stick, and they tried to push it up to him, and he tried to kick it out, but he lost his stick earlier. They got away with the one on that one.
White to take the draw. And yet again, another, kick out by Seattle on either team.
They're definitely seeing something we can't pick up from up here, or how they're bouncing them out.
Exactly. Over. Lee fires, rebound, kicked out, and it's held there. Stepniak helped his teammate as two Sno-King players collide and knock off the net slightly.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Sno-Kings to get this game knotted up right now.
$13-26. And that one's going to be dumped out. Will it have enough? Yes, it will. And no matter, even with the rule, you're killing time no matter what. And especially in USA Hockey, where you can change on icings, unlike ACHA or the USP or other places in juniors and above where you can't change. Might as well take it while you have it.
Oh yeah, you might as well use it to your advantage until they change the rule.
Yeah, and it still kills time. Which,
yeah.
Reed over to Lee. Lee sends it off the outside of the net. Lee picks it up, throws it behind. That's White. Lee again. Deegan standing in front. Shot wide. Bracler never saw it. Deegan's tied up in the crease. Lee looked for a backdoor pass to White. Couldn't find him. And now Panev will take it at center. Back into his own zone. Lee up to the wall. Lee carries. Fires deep. Picked up by Seattle Jr. And up they come. Stepniak over this Shanahan. Gets knocked down by Deegan. Busby. He'll just kind of hold behind the net. Not a lot of pressure on him as Panev will not pick it up. Panev carries over the Deegan. Deegan fires a shot blocked by Wilson. Deegan rides Stepniak into the wall. Stepniak gets to the Shanahan. White picks up the turnover. Right in the front of the net. Got two shots off. The second one seemed to got blocked by the defenseman.
Looked like Busby's the one that rode him off on that, so he didn't get a rebound shot off of it.
Puck's going to go all the way down. No icing. Bordeaux around the front. Nobody home. Puck still loose. And Seattle Jr. is going to calm it down, pick it up with the penalty expired. Hit there. Now back the other way. Here comes Seattle Jr. They got 3-on-2 with the hurry. Lewis sends it high and was gloved down. That time, Jacques Lewis. I don't know. They don't got their first initials on the back of their jersey, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Well, that's a fact.
We had that this year with the two Nickish brothers.
Yeah.
Lewis. Shot. Blocked. The puck's loose. Still there. And that was going to be whacked away.
Whoa. Fontaine did a great job of stopping it, but his own player ran into him and the puck squirted out. Sno-Kings got a major break on that one.
Eaton sent it off sides. We're talking about initials on our first names. I had that my second year in Bellingham with an Alex Clark, completely underrated. Both 30 blonde. He wore 8, I wore 88. Didn't really, both left-handed. Skate pretty similar.
Yeah, let
it was
me
a
take
funny
a
little
guess.
joke.
You probably both had your jersey half tucked in your
Yeah,
pants.
exactly.
You can't read it. That's what happened with Bunch and Jelinek this year. It was really hard to tell between the two of them.
Battle on the side. Eaton will send it up for Ostrander. Ostrander had a goal in the game earlier. Sent across. Eaton there. Able to pick it up. He's in a battle for it. Heidemann with White, Mose, and Freeman was there for Seattle Jr. Ostrander will pick it up. He'll carry in. Sent to the middle for Mose. Mose sends it high, wide, and held in by Eaton. That one's shot, tipped out of play. Will stay in the zone. And another new pick is needed.
Both teams, we've seen them play before, and they haven't picked up to what got them to where they're at. They like to use some speed, a quicker game, and right now, again, they're just really methodic, almost robotic on this right now, and they haven't opened it up at all. And one of the teams they're going to finally realize, okay, we're going to have to start taking some gambles and open this up and see if we can generate some offense.
Sno-King looking to make some noise here. Puck won by Sno-King, but Mose sending in.
And again, that's not anything derogatory on either team. It's just a
huge
lot.
Hit by Connerman there.
Just a lot riding on this game, and they're playing that way. They're being very, very tight.
Connerman laid a huge hit on Mose there. The puck kicks out. Carlson, good save by Fontaine. Maintained calm off that one. A great shot.
Fontaine keeps responding. That goal didn't shake his confidence at all.
Mose, and it goes up to Carlson again. Stepniak, shot, tipped away. Puck bounced over on a hard redirect. And goes out. Lee chases down Stepniak. Stepniak able to stay calm. And now it's up to Ostrander. Ostrander. It's a couple whacks from Lee. And this time backdoor and it's in. Busby. Nobody picked up the man on the back door.
And that's what I was going to say. The defenseman on that, he just let him free. He didn't even at all interfere with him. And there was nothing Fontaine could have done on that one. He was all the way to his left. It came to his right, and it's just a lapse by the D&E, left him wide open out there.
Busby will get it from Mose and Ostrander.
But give Busby credit on that. He worked himself free. They just lost him, and that's because he came up behind the net and got himself open. Now we'll see if this opens up the Sno-Kings at all, and because now they're going to have to start taking some gambles to get on the board.
They haven't really tested Riesler in this period at all, besides the missed breakaway. That's a bit about it, even on the power play. That one's flipped out. Betty corrals the rolling puck. Moves up for Shipachev.
It's almost they're playing a conservative style right now, and they're going to have to change that to try to get something generated for themselves.
Shipachev gets tied up with Busby. No call on that one.
A little wrestling match they're going.
That one puck thrown out front. Busby wires one way high. Then it rolls out to the point. Swain. Kicked up for Shipachev. Shipachev. He works. He's alone on his solo venture and gets stepped up on. A couple swipes at each other. No call.
But that was a great back check. He just pickpocketed the Sno-King player.
Wilson and Shipachev kind of got into it there. Shipachev took a swipe at Wilson. No call. And back the other way. Here they come. 2-on-2. And a back check there forces Busby to turn it over. And Bordeaux kind of watches it. Lets his partner pick it up. And he does. Heidemann. Shipachev whiffed, but it kind of worked out for him almost. Danks. There's a hit in the corner. The puck comes to Shanahan. Shanahan on a solo mission. He'll circle back, and now he'll just kind of work it deep, but it'll be offsides anyway.
But you know, one thing I really appreciate with the officiating this weekend, they've done a really good job. You know, you were talking about the two players swiping at each other. They let it go. They're letting them play, and they've been very consistent throughout this whole thing. Unless something really egregious happens, I really like how the officials just let them go ahead and play, gentlemen. And when they need to, they'll take both players out rather than zeroing in on one. So that's a credit to the officiating teams.
Up comes Sno-King. It's Panev. Panev will go around Carlson. He'll stop up, make a move, takes a bump off the puck, and up comes Becker. Becker. And Panev's going to take it right back. Kenningreen around the defenseman. He does. Deegan. Can't get a shot off. We'll send it in deep. Reed. Send it wide. Take a funny hop off the stanchion. Dance can't control. Reed whacked it out of midair. Seattle Jr. wanted a high stick, didn't get it. Eaton carries in his own zone. And out comes Becker. Shot blocked. Excuse me, that was Linton that took the shot. Like you said, it will be interesting to see how Sno-King, responds to those two goals. They need one now. Don't want to prevent this going to a 3-goal lead.
No, they'll be in trouble if juniors get that next goal on it, and that's why it'll be interesting to see how they. I think their goal is to ride this period off, hopefully get one. If not, then come out and change their style and see if they can catch the juniors off guard on it.
Behind the net. In front for Stepniuk. He gives a nice pass to Wilson. Wilson. Shot wide. Garfield had bumped Fontaine in the front. Garfield sends it deep for Wilson. Wilson takes a bump by Weinberger. Shot wide. That one's going to be chipped out. Lewis brings it into the zone. There's no offsides. Garfield looks for Lewis. Lewis is going to break through. There's going to be a slash. No call on that one. The puck's going to get iced. Surprisingly, Sno-King, I think, was able to get away with one there.
Let's say they got a break on that one. How's that? But the Seattle Juniors would really like another crack at Spokane because they only lost them by 1 goal, and that was on last night. And so you got to wonder how much motivation that is. They're playing a little bit freer right now than the Sno-Kings are.
Yeah, and I think that, Sno-King seems to just be playing kind of tired right now. I know they had a very physical game with Spokane, a very emotionally draining game as well. This Fassbender throws a hit. That one's going to get deflected out of play. Panev didn't seem happy about it. Thought maybe there should be a call. Still trying to figure out why early in the game that there was so many, ejections. Reed whacks it with his hand. Panev will pick it up now. Panev looks for options. Tries to find one in Bordeaux. That one's going to get down there. No icing on the play. Lewis. Conderman on the turnover. Shot. Go wide. It ricocheted back in front. Shipachev. Shot from a bad angle. Hits the glove. He'll stay in now with Conderman. Conderman. Wrist a shot. Save. Rebound still there. Shipachev. It's still loose and it just goes wide off the shot by Deegan.
Now the Sno-Kings are putting a little bit more pressure.
Reed. Up top. Lewis. Shot. Goes wide. Carlson. Lewis. Over for Wilson. Wilson. He'll carry. Hounded by Bordeaux. Lewis holds. Dies at deck. Sends it back around for Busby. Busby will send it in front. Shot. Scores.
That was a sweet play. You got to give it to the junior team on that one. They got the Sno-King D-man chasing him, and he just went a little bit wider, and he slid the puck right in between his body and the stick.
Almost Lewis, his second of the game. That makes it 3-0 with 3:39 remaining, and that's a heartbreaker.
Well, now definitely the Sno-King's going to have to throw out whatever their plan was coming in here, and they're going to have to really take some gambles and open things up to try to claw back into this. But you got to give a lot of credit for Lewis on that goal right there. Just an outstanding job of getting himself in position to make that shot.
White was chasing down, tried to intercept. Now back the other way. Off the stick of Becker. That one's going to be offside. Just went a little too early, it seems. If you're a Sno-King, I think you're just trying to get out of this period now.
Yeah, no question about that. And regroup in between periods and see what they can come up with. But also I'm looking at, they have a shorter bench than the juniors team. So fatigue may start playing a part in this.
Yeah, a couple of men shorter than Seattle Junior. And it doesn't help with the subtraction of Singh and Power.
That hurts a lot. But, and again, that's not any kind of excuse. But if I can see the juniors start doing short shifts.
And here comes Banks. Banks alone. Scores!
They needed it. That'll wipe fatigue out of your system right there.
Hudson Danks will bury the 3-1 goal. And it's just like that. Sno-King's right back in this one.
Yeah, he made a nice move on it. He got the goaltender to commit, and he went and buried it up on the top shelf. Nice play by him. And it is amazing. Sometimes when you're getting tired and you're getting fatigued, and all of a sudden you get that goal and you get new life.
Faceoff will come back to center. 2:50 remaining, and an immediate response to make it a 2-goal game yet again. And we're just saying they want to get out of this period, but now maybe they smell a little bit of blood in the water. As Danks will pick it up again. He turns and fires.
Well, I would still go back to what you were saying, get out of this period. I mean, lucky for them, they scored, but I still think they're trying to ride this out and then come back with some adjustments.
Moved up. That's Lewis, number 96 this time. Panev rides it around. White finds it. Gives it to Danks. Danks in to White. White will chip it around. Stepniuk will pick it up for Seattle Junior. Stepniuk up to Lewis. Lewis looks for Shanahan in the middle. Can't find him. Puck's bouncing. Ooh. Offsides is the call. Very, very close.
But in my gut, I still see Deegan or Lee popping a goal for the Sno-Kings. They've been a little bit quiet, and they're very good offensively. So I would not be surprised to see if one of those two pop one in.
Face off won by Sno-King, Conderman. As Garfield got tied up with Deegan, it looked like. Reed battling with Ostrander. Back up. Boosby sends it in. Panev. And that one gets in front. Lewis looking for the hat trick. Save made by Freeman. And just got to clean it up right now. If you're Sno-King, they're kind of running around a little bit. And that's going to go off of Conderman and in.
Oh, that was a tough break right there. That was the tip. and you could saw Fontaine had it all the way, and he went down on it, and the tip made it go up in the top shelf, and that one hurts. That because the Sno-Kings were getting some life on it, and with only a minute 11 seconds left in the period, that's a hard one to give up.
Charles Busby, his second of the game, and both goals come from two goal scorers for Seattle Junior, and that's a hard one again for Sno-King. Wanted to get it out of that with a 2-0 again, and
there was absolutely nothing Fontaine could have done on that one. He had to beat on the initial shot. It was just the tip that got him.
Yeah, off of his own defenseman. You're not really expecting it, and it just went right over his right shoulder. So a hit there in the corner. Knocks the puck back up, Betty. Heidemann. Ostrander picks it up. He'll skate behind his net with 35 seconds remaining. Look for options. He'll send it over to Eaton. We'll just send it up. Weinberger whacks away from Busby, looking for the hat trick. Two players on this line looking for hat trick so far with Lewis as well. Betty looking up. Looks for White. It's intercepted. Lewis picks it up yet again. Here comes Lewis. Shot, gloved, covered with 11 seconds remaining.
Even though the juniors have 4 goals on I can't say enough positives about how Fontaine's played for the Sno-Kings. He's just been a wall for him. It's just a couple of interesting bounces that went against him, but he's played a stout game.
Becker versus Reed. To the right of Fontaine. Puck won by Reed. Back, flipped out. Eaton out of his reach. Danks will give chase. Here comes Becker with time reign inspiring. He'll wind up, fake a shot. And that will be it for the period.
And it couldn't have came too soon for the Sno-Kings right now. This is the time they're going to have to regroup and figure out some different things.
Yeah, just call them back down, get some rest, come back in the third looking for those 3 goals to at least send it to overtime.
Yeah, but I do think they're going to have to open it up. They're going to have to take some chances that they didn't want to do. And I could see him easily possibly pitching D-man down to get a little more offense, but they are going to have to open up their style right now if they're going to get back into this.
We'll be back in about 12 minutes from the EWURC. I'm King Clark and Gary Allen. We'll see you after. Welcome back to the URC. I'm King Clark here with Gary Allen as we get ready for third period action.
Well, I'm interested to find out what kind of adjustments the Sno-Kings have made because, like I said right before they left the ice and intermission down 4-1, they have got to start taking some gambles, and I would easily see them pitching a D-man down to get some more offense. They've got to do something different than what they did in the first two periods.
Connerman brings it back. Reed carries forward. Shot in deep, wraps around. Swain in front, gets whacked down. This time, save made again. White on that chance. Over. Shot tipped. Puck still loose in front. Kicked up to Connerman.
Now the Sno-Kings look more relaxed and looser out there, and they got some good shots on the net.
And here comes Boosby. Shot on the backhand, goes wide, and wraps all the way around. Panev. For Bordeaux. Bordeaux. Now it's back for the D-man. That was Connerman who got it up to Danks. And Eaton will chase. Eaton for Stepniuk. Whiffed. Thrown in front. Danks wide. Thrown back in front. Takes a couple redirects. Bordeaux trying to find it. Stepniuk gets the Ostrander. Ostrander in a bundle. He'll walk around. Ostrander dumps it in. He'll go to battle against Trout. Battle on the far side. Mose for Freeman. Ostrander back from Mose. Ostrander off the side of the net goes up over to Mose. Mose. Carries. It's almost whacked away. And here comes back. It's intercepted back the other way. Here comes Beatty. Betty. Tried to get a shot off, couldn't. Looked for Shipchef on the far side and it's chipped out. And a couple sick whacks away, and that one will be a penalty on Dizadek. He whacked the stick away from his opponent, and that'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct.
And this will be a great opportunity for the Sno-Kings. I like what I'm seeing, what they're doing at the start of this period. They're starting to attack again, and that's how they play, and they got away from that style, but they got a lot more pressure on the juniors netminder by playing that style. So here's a great opportunity to close that lead.
White on the draw. In the corner. Deegan pushes up against the wall. Looking to get it to a line mate. Unable to. A Seattle junior will dump it all the way down. Lee behind the net. Wheels in front. Makes a move. Lost it. Picked up. It's Lewis. That's Roscoe Lewis. Gets pinned up against the boards hard. Settled down behind the net. It's Sno-King. Sno-King. They leave it for Lee. Lee will carry. He looks to get by Becker. Becker will just stand there and let Lee make the mistake and dump it in.
Well, you got to give juniors credit on there. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Sno-King, even being a man down.
Carlson will jump it in. It's wheeled up. Reed will carry. Gets around Lewis. Looks around Carlson. Can't. And it's a couple hits there. Picked up by Reed and dumped in. Wilson will skate. He gets to move it up. He does. Dodges the hit by Deegan. Whacked away. And it's carried up. White. Over the White. And alone. Save made. It's loose. And it's still there. Found. Whacked at Coderman. And Swain now going to push at it.
Yeah, that was it was interesting, but I'm seeing the Sno-King starting to attack a little bit more right now. Down 3, you have nothing to lose by taking some of those gambles we were making reference to. You got 0 to lose by doing it. You got to try something different, and they are starting to step up the pressure on the juniors. So we'll see what happens if they can continue with that. They got 16 seconds left in this power play, but they have stepped up their game coming out of the locker room.
Bordeaux to take the draw. Shipachev up for Panev. Blocked. And out of the zone. Here comes Panev. Panev walks in. 2 seconds and 1. Penalty expired. And that's going to go right for Shanahan, but it's picked up by Bordeaux. Bordeaux back for his defenseman, Betty. And it's tipped in by Trout. And it's settled in. And dumped in by Panov. Shanahan lost it, found it. He's on one-on-one. Taken out by the back checker, Shipachev. Bordeaux dumps it in. Takes a little bit of a shove. Heidemann will chase. Kicked up. Gonderman. Can't control. Shipachev. Seattle Jr. was looking for an offsides there. Still barking at the linesman. Conderman. And back the other way. Here comes Seattle. Lost it. Conderman will come in. Conderman shot. It's going well wide, but it will be gloved down.
Conderman's played so well for the Sno-Kings in each game that I've watched him. He's just a really outstanding hockey player. Very impressed with him.
Again, the winner of this game goes on to play Spokane at 11:30 tomorrow. We have Sno-King and Tri-Cities in the other championships for the U18s. Winner of that game goes to Utica, New York. Winner of the U16 state goes to Wayne, New Jersey. Here comes Mose. Mose in. Walks. Seattle walks it and just dumps it right back in. Looking for a line mate, and this one gets whacked away. And no icing there. As Carlson will send it across to his partner and Eaton, but it's picked up by White. White makes a move, gives it to Danks. Danks, he tries to make a move, can't make it. Betty. White. Ostrander. Ostrander carries in. Gets bumped off the puck by Betty. Good play by him. He takes a cross check from Ostrander for his troubles. Lee throws it in the middle, and Danks just kicks it out.
They were both really using their sticks outside against each other on those little scrum.
Guys, deck on the rebound. And that was Lewis just missing. Dies at deck. Walks in. Save made. Stays in front, but picked up now. And here come the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds. Reed makes a move. Tries to feed the front of the net. Blocked. Shot still loose there. Whacked out by the Admirals. Excuse me, the Mets. Ooh. Dated myself.
Again, we'll just write it off. It's been a long day.
Lewis.
There's nothing else.
I knew I was going to do it.
Nothing
I
else
knew I was
you can
going to do
say.
it eventually, too. And Reed currently
decided to
one of the And they're going to call a penalty, and they're going to call Lewis this time.
Oh, no question. Lewis just hung on to his stick. He would not let that go.
Yeah, they're going to call him for holding the stick, and I would say that's a great call.
Oh,
usually they'll either call both or one for just the holding, and I think that they did a good job just calling the holding stick.
Well, they let him try to separate, and he just wouldn't let go of the stick, and so that was an excellent call by the official. Gave him ample time to let go of it, and he just didn't want to. And then Lewis was like, what did I do? It's like, well, you're holding on to the stick for a long time.
Bordeaux will lose the face-off this time to Boosby. This is a huge power play for Sno-King.
This is major. There's no question in my mind.
And it's gone away. One-on-one back the other way. Shot well wide. Now Sno-King will look to go on a break. Trout kicked up, and offsides is the call on Seattle.
I think this is extremely pivotal for the Sno-Kings to get on the board on this power play. Because if they don't, if you look at it, knock off a minute and 43 seconds off that, and the time is getting really short for them. So this is really, really crucial.
Let him just under a minute away from halfway across the period line. Lee will carry. Gets around one. Eaton, throw in the middle. Shot, save made. Doesn't know where it is, and it goes loose.
Excellent shot by the juniors netminder on that one. That was a point blank.
That one's going to get down there for an icing. We remain at a 4-1 game by look like just the fact that the goalie was just happened to be standing there that time. He didn't really see it and just got down onto his butterfly position, and he was in the right position that time. A lot of games, folks. A lot of games.
But I do. That was an excellent save by him. He was tracking it pretty well.
Konerman fumbled it, left it for Reed. Takes a shot from the outside, and clear lane, was able to see it. Was Breisler.
But I got to thank you on this, Keegan, because I thought it was just me having a rough time with this time of night. But you're helping me out on that one, big fella, and I appreciate it.
It's not even particularly late or anything. It's only 8:30, but it's been a long day here.
Yeah, we've been out here since like about 8:30 this morning, so.
We each took a much-needed break. Let Robbie Arbor fill in each of our roles.
Yeah, Robbie did a nice job. He was fun to work with.
Well, that guy likes to talk. So any job where he can talk, he's quite good at. That's why they brought him to the Board of Trustees meeting. And here comes Lee.
I'm going to let that one go. I'm not going to touch it.
Kunderman.
I want to write it off as both of us are rummy right now. So
White in the battle there. Well, the Seattle junior player who gets tied up with Konerman. Puck comes out to Konerman, wobbling shot, and it kind of just flutters away. Reed turns, fires, blocked by Shanahan. Shanahan, look at the break. He can't, as Lee was able to get enough of it. But here comes Lewis. Lewis shoots high, wide, comes right back out, and just misses it as Lewis.
I tell you, Lewis is a talented hockey player. He has stood out in this game.
Got a lot of size to him, but moves quite well.
He does.
Good hard shot. He has 2 goals here tonight.
Well, Keegan, if you were the coach of the Sno-Kings right now with 6:31 left in the third period, down by 3, what would you try to attempt to do?
You need pucks on net. And I think you just need to have someone standing there this time. They've had the pucks on net, and nobody's been able to clean up for the rebound. I think if they can get that, they'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to flood the net. They're going to have pinch down, and they're going to have to get a ton of traffic on that netminder.
Garfield will send it around.
They're playing a better third period, but they're still not putting enough pressure on the juniors netminder to get any really true good scoring opportunities.
On the far side is Seattle. Will turn, look to fire. Goes well wide. As a man was pushed down. Panoff. Puck taken by Seattle Jr. Moved up. Blocked off. Panoff. Carries in. He gets by Carlson. He falls. Takes a stick with him. As a hit by Bordeaux knocks the puck off of Freeman.
That was a strange sequence of plays.
A little cross check from there. Knocks down Shipachev. Takes two with him. Shipachev got away with one there, and luckily he did not make a whole lot of contact. Or that could have been a cross check right to the head.
Yeah, but both teams got away with it. I think they got away with him. They might have just evened that up.
Yeah. Eaton. As the pass for Bordeaux was out of his reach, and this time Seattle will pick it up. Walk to the front is Becker. Takes a huge hit, double teamed there. They're not going to call that one. They're going to call the high hit. Oh, hold.
I think they could have either way on that, to be honest.
Yeah, they could have called either guy, and they got one of them.
Well, you talk about a killer penalty right now with 4:52 left. That is not helping the Sno-King's cause at all.
You almost need the power kill here. You need some type of chance here, like much like we've seen from guys on our team like Jelinek and
you're gonna have to attack. You're gonna have to just throw caution to the wind and go for it.
I mean, Jelinek and Lund especially, like they were good at that, and that's what Sno-King kind of needs right now is a shift like that from them from two of their killers.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to attack.
Backdoor shot just goes bouncing across the goal line. It looked like Shanahan swooks to send one in front, blocked by White. Holding strong there. Eaton shot, rebound comes out.
But nice glove by Fontaine on that one, even though he lost it. That was a nice snag.
Lewis moves it down low and across. Up top, shots blocked, not able to get through. Shanahan will turn, fire high and wide. Swain, Deegan and Swain getting into it now. Here they go. And that'll be it for him. Swain just says, I don't want this.
Yeah, I think Swain used his head on that. He peeled off on it. There's no sense of him getting bounced right now.
Redirection comes right in front. Shanahan not able to find it as he's finding his feeding in the corner. Shanahan walks to the middle. Rips a shot. Goes off the Lewis's skates. Looked up top for Eaton. With 30 seconds remaining in the power play for Seattle Jr. Lewis flips it forward. That's Amos Lewis. He has 2 goals tonight, and he'll go all the way down to Konerman.
We talked about Lewis, but he seems like he's all over the ice. He's just had an extremely strong game tonight.
He gets it in front, gets whacked away by Freeman or Fontaine. Oh, we got a hit there. Swain. Will sit. Didn't quite see it. I was blocked by the computer.
No, he caught, is it Hedman out there? He caught him up high on it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they went the cross check on this one. Yep, that's what they got him on it because he did come up toward his chest and just buried the player.
Gonna be hard for Sno-King here. Less than 3 minutes left. They're gonna have to score almost at a minute pace.
Mm-hmm.
Down by 3, but they do get the power play here after 7 seconds to jump on one.
But now you start wondering when do they pull the goaltender? They try to go 6-on-4 once they get control of the puck, but they're going to have to take those chances we keep making reference to, but they can't keep playing just, okay, we're going to kill the penalty off the time the game will be over.
Carried in, blockered away. That was Lewis, Roscoe Lewis. That one's picked up by Panov. He'll make a move around Stepniuk. Panov, in, scores!
And they were pulling the netminder also at the same time. Well, they're trying to make it interesting now. 2:34 left. That was a big goal for the Sno-Kings. It truly was.
PNAHA on the power play this time makes it 4-2, and we got a game. 2:34 left. We just talked about it. They need to score about a minute pace. They do it in about 30 seconds.
And now I'm still going to revert back. When you pull the net monitor, after you control it, if you get it down in their end, they're going to have to try something. But that was a great start for the Sno-Kings. And the netminder looked like he's ready to go. He's just seeing if they can control the puck right now. He's at the top of the circle.
And they will. And they'll get deep, and here comes the goaltender.
And that's a smart call by Sno-Kings coaching staff. I give them a lot of credit on that. They're just saying, heck with it. We're going for it.
I mean, you have nothing else to lose. I mean, this is it.
You got 0 to lose on this one.
Deegan will try to chip forward. This one's going to be whacked in for offsides.
No, full credit to the coaching staff of the Sno-Kings. And I know some people say, well, maybe you hold off, wait till about the minute 30 mark. No. I mean, what's the matter if you lose 5-2, but you don't know you might get a quick goal like we were talking about. If they can average about one every minute, they're back in this thing. So that was a great call by Sno-Kings coaches.
One forward this time. This one's going to be offsides for Seattle Junior this time. .204 remaining, and the goalie's going to have to go back in here. Looking to do the very similar thing, get the red line, get it deep, try to go to work. And they're not going to be able to, because Eaton will just chip it forward. Whacked away, Reed chases off. He's going to need to go pressure. They're going to need some pressure here as Lee will make it. Wilson loses it to Lee. Lee is going to go all the way behind his net and try to get a whole bunch of speed to get it by. He will. He'll get to Eaton. And it'll be kept in deep. Here comes the goalie. White shoots it high and wide. Konerman will keep it in on the far side. Konerman, deep. Here for White. White sends it out in front. Trout unable to control it off the shot. And that one will just be iced down and in.
With that goal there, I think we just found the opponent for Spokane tomorrow morning.
Maxwell Linton will get the goal. And like you said, I think we have just found our opponent for championship weekend.
Which is interesting because, again, the Seattle Juniors only lost by 1 goal to Spokane yesterday. So that should be an entertaining game.
I'll make it 5-2 with 1:16 left. And you can tell for Sno-King, it was maybe a little too late.
Well, you got to give the Sno-Kings credit. They battled. They're a little short on their bench because of, one of their players got bounced. And so you got to give them all the credit in the world. But the juniors, they came out. I think they wanted a rematch with Spokane after last night's loss. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And that game starts at 11:30.
Face-off won by Sno-King. They pulled the goalie. Shot by Shipchev. Deegan picks up behind. This one will be iced down. Panoff will whack it out of midair. Konerman will reset. It's whacked down. Looked in front for Ostrander was Linton. Deegan will pick up behind. Whacked away. Swain. Oh, Bordeaux going at it now. He gives him a healthy cross check. Big hit there. Deegan, they're still going at it. And Bordeaux, 13 seconds left.
Excellent job by the Seattle Juniors coaching staff right there. They were hollering at their players to back away. Don't do anything stupid. You know you got a game tomorrow. You don't want to get bounced. And there.
Yeah, that'll be it for Shipachev. Just pure frustration.
Yeah, but that'll
be it for him.
That's totally uncalled for. There was no reason to do that. The game's over. You had your shot tonight. It didn't work out for you.
That'll be it for Bordeaux, and I believe that will probably be it for Shipachev. 13 seconds left. They're just going to kick them both.
Yeah, and I can see that happening. But nice job by the Seattle Juniors coaching staff. They instantly started to holler at their players, pull out, get away, back off. They can't afford to lose anybody going into tomorrow against Spokane.
And that's what Sno-King seems to be trying to do, is just instigate this.
Yeah.
Make them make a mistake, make them throw a punch, do something, to respond.
But again, I give credit to PNAHA for the Sno-Kings. He went up. He was congratulating Lewis on that one. So that's good to see. That just have to be level-headed right now. There's no reason to. You had your shot at the game. It didn't work out for you. Just ride it out.
It seems that they were just having a cordial conversation about the game, and the Seattle Junior will make some noise here. They're up 5-2 with 13 seconds left. They're going to need a man off. Shipachev only got the 2. I thought you would get the slash for that.
Yeah, I was
surprised. I was surprised. I thought it should have been the other way around. That Bordeaux should be in the box for the 2, and Shipachev should have been off, but they saw what they saw. 10 seconds, clock will wind down. Deegan and Carlson kind of push and shove. And, now we got more. And 3 seconds left.
Well, the linesman just pushed one of the players through the glass and into the tunnel down the locker room.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they decided just to run the rest of this clock off.
Oh, they should. There's no reason to play it. I mean, 3 seconds, you're not going to do anything with it. Just wrap the game up.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if they, end this early, even with the 3 seconds left. And yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, it seems. Or they're going to drop the puck one more time. Okay. Well, more extracurriculars here.
Well, to be frank with you, if I was
Seattle, I would send one person to drop the puck.
That's it.
And just leave.
And,
I wouldn't.
And pull it out.
Just have your center
backwards.
Have your center. Everybody can stand out here. Your center can drop the puck, whack it away, and they just go skate off. That's exactly what they're doing.
And they have. There's no sense in getting it. Yeah, they did a nice job. They didn't even try to take the draw. That was a smart play by them.
Now we'll do it. Seattle Junior moves on to the final. And they'll play Spokane at 11:30 tomorrow.
That'll be an interesting game because they gave Spokane everything they could handle when they played them last night. So it should be a fascinating matchup in the championship game. We'll see how the handshakes goes, but I think cooler heads are prevailing right now. I think you're right. You hit it on the head. They were real frustrated. They took it out on something, and I think they finally realized, this doesn't make sense.
And it's always hard at the end of the season when your season's ending. You're especially if you don't know what your season's going to look like next year. It kind of gets to your head, and you do some drastic things sometimes.
Well, some of these players won't be back because they'll age out. So this is their last game, and they were hoping to get into the title game tomorrow and move on to nationals, but it didn't work out.
Just to wrap up the scoring, Amos Lewis, 2 goals. Charles Busby with 2 goals. Maxwell Linton with 1. It was Shipachev and Danks for Sno-King, both on breakaways. Anyway, that will do it from the EWURC here in beautiful Cheney, Washington. I've been Keegan Clark. My broadcast partner has been Gary Allen. It's been my pleasure. We'll see you later.